We ruined the Run Smp. If you guys had seen my last video of the Run Smp, you would know things didn't end very well. And while I died and lost all my stuff to some rando, I wasn't done yet. I wanted my revenge and nothing would stop me. Yeah, there was a high probability I would never see that guy who murdered me in cold blood again, but I was desperate for redemption, for some type of revenge. So, you may ask, what's the best thing you can do to get revenge in these particular circumstances? Well, it's quite simple, really. In fact, it's Villain 101. If I can't get revenge on him specifically, I would simply have to destroy everything he loves. And now you may ask once again, what's the easiest way to do that? Well, destroy the whole SMP, of course. I knew from the start that this task was going to be easy. Even I'm not arrogant enough to believe I could destroy an entire SMP alone. So I got to work. If I were to take down this SMP, I would need allies. People I could trust to not only have my back, but be able to hold their own in a fight as well. And as luck would have it, I already had 2 people in mind. I didn't need a big force to take down this SMP. In fact, this SMP only started that very day. And not only were the players unorganized, but they were sloppy as well. Almost all the players on this server were fighting to survive, bringing each other down to rise up in the ranks. And I knew exactly how to use that to our advantage. We would infiltrate the server as an elite team of 3, sticking to our strengths and covering for each other's weaknesses. Not only did we have the skills to decimate the server, but we also had the chemistry as well. Together, Yatview, Crypto, and I can overthrow this server and finally put an end to its tyranny. So here I was, with the best of the best by my side. We were ready to take this server by storm, but little did we know that as soon as we joined, our fate had been sealed, and after we logged out, we would never be logging back in again. Chapter 1. The Beginning. As soon as the 3 of us joined the server, our worst fears came to pass. The server owner was online. Whether this was a blessing in disguise or the tragedy it seemed to be, these were the cards we were dealt. And if our team was good at anything, it was adapting. So, we came up with a plan. Team A consisting of Crypto and I would keep tabs on the server owner, learning as much as we could, while Team B consisting of just Yatview went and looked for a suitable location for us to start a 3-man war on this server. While one might think it's pointless to keep tabs on the server owner in this way, we knew what we lacked in manpower could easily be overcome by one simple thing: intelligence. One thing to keep in mind was the way Team B was searching for a suitable location for us to start, and that was through the random teleport command. This command teleported you to a random place in the world, and after Team B found a suitable location for us, the start of the SMP's downfall would begin. Eventually, we decided on a fairly common spawn point and chose a forest. This way we have easy access to food, caves, and wood. Now all we had left was for both teams to converge on Team B's location. While Team B succeeded in their mission, when it came to Team A, things got a little more complex. While observing the server owner and watching him commit borderline animal abuse, we didn't gain much information, but I was able to obtain a gold block from the server owner himself. And how did I do that, you might ask? Well, I kind of just logged on and saw him flying around, and he kind of just gave it to me. After both teams converged, we started preparing for war, getting all the basic necessities from food to wood. But unfortunately, a miscalculation was made. We knew the server owner was evil, but we never knew how evil he truly was till this very moment. This discovery would not only solidify our resolve, but also change the outcome of the entire war. The server owner, in all of his villainy, decided to update a few textures in the server, including this horrific excuse for a helmet. Like, what is this? You see that? This violent act of treachery was unforgivable, and from that moment on, we would not falter. This was no longer a quest to regain one's pride, but now was a rescue mission. We had to save all the members of this Minecraft SMP, even if they didn't know they needed saving. After having a mini panic attack from the server owner's atrocities, we moved down to the caves to get some much needed supplies. We knew that there wasn't even enough time for us to even think about getting diamonds or, God forbid, netherite, so we knew that iron would have to do. But like we said before, the server just started today, so there was a low chance that anyone had any more than a couple diamonds at this stage of the game, and anyone who could possibly have above that wouldn't even be logged in. Right. While gearing up, Crypto had to peace out for a bit, so it was only Yatview and I left for the moment. Not that that was a problem, it's not like we're going to be doing anything dangerous or anything. Oh no. Chapter 2. The war begins. While Yatview and I were busy slaving away, I finally got enough iron to make a full set of armor for myself. So while Yatview was finishing up his set, I realized that there was no harm in abusing the random teleport command to look for more resources such as villages, ruined nether portals, or That's not a village. And just like that, the beginning of the end had begun. As soon as I saw the enemy player's house, I knew it was time to act. My team and I were basically playing this like a hardcore server, so if we died, we were dead. We were gone. We wouldn't be joining back. So this was even more risky. Not only was I alone in enemy territory, but it turns out that there was a player inside. My brain quickly went into overdrive, trying to think of all the possible ways this could play out. But then I remembered I wasn't alone. I didn't have to fight this guy by myself. Though there were several variables we couldn't possibly account for, such as skill, armor, items, and finally weapons, I had a gut feeling that our team could pull through. And with Crypto temporarily out of commission, I knew it was going to be up to Yatfu and I. It took every bit of self-control I had to wait for backup and not burst inside, taking as much reconnaissance as I possibly could until finally, the cavalry had arrived. As soon as Yatfu teleported in, we burst through the doors of this unsuspecting player's house, ready to burn it down if we had to. And that's when we realized, not only did this player have a player-specific protection on it, allowing only him to break blocks, open chests, and all that, but this player was AFKing on the server and locked himself in a 1x1 block prison. We couldn't even see his armor, no less kill him, but Yatfu had a genius plan. We can't kill him? Fine. We can't get in his chests? Fair. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what can we do? So, next thing I knew, we trashed his house, breaking all the crops we possibly could, slaughtering all of his animals, and even breaking his precious sugarcane. Satisfied with our job and a little salty we couldn't kill him, Yatfu finally asked me what the point of thrashing his house was, and I responded with the most obvious response anyone could think of. Listen, it's not about the action itself. It's about sending a message. With Crypto still out of commission, I finished breaking the last of the sugarcane, ready to regroup with Yatfu and Bale. He was quickly running towards me from the house, and I thought nothing of it. But I will admit, something seemed off, until I saw his armor. He was wearing full iron with one distinct difference. His boots. He had diamond boots. At first, if I'm being honest with myself, I was quite shocked. I guess he had done more mining than I thought. Then, I glanced at his username, and let me tell you, it wasn't Yatfu. Hero AJ07. That was the name of the player charging me full speed. Thankfully, I realized just in time. We exchanged a few blows, hitting each other shot for shot, until I realized I was outclassed. Unfortunately for me, this player wasn't a novice when it came to PvP, and even though he had no enchantments in his arsenal, he did have two things that made all the difference in this fight: diamond boots and a diamond axe. As soon as I noticed this, I knew I wouldn't be able to hold out for much longer, but thankfully, my teammate was there to back me up, and I knew from that moment on that together, we could do this. We stuck to a common 2v1 tactic where we switched in when one of us got low, and because his armor wasn't much better than ours, we were slowly whittling him down. Finally, after a few minutes of combat, we had him on the run. He fell back to his house, giving Yatfu and I time to regroup and heal up. We knew that doing a 2v1 in close quarters wouldn't be the easiest fight, but we still had the advantage. Even if one of us fell, the other one would be able to finish him off. But unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. Once we finished regenerating our health to maximum, we charged the player. I quickly opened the door and swung my axe, getting a clean hit on him. Realizing that this was going to be an easy fight, I went for another one, until I realized one thing. He somehow activated a type of PvP protection, allowing for him to do damage to us, but him taking none in kind. With no other options, and us not wanting to play the waiting game, we teleported back to spawn, ending the first great battle of our conquest.